All right, so shoulders. If you're a power lifter, anyone who lifts heavy with the same lifts over and over again, and I use powerlifting as an example, we are always in the squat, shoulder blades retracted and kind of down like this. When we're bench pressing, right? Shoulder blades retracted and down. So we're constantly working in this joint angle. Maybe even when you do your accessories, dumbbell benching, all that jazz, you're still locked in here. And I believe over time, sometimes that same joint angle gets stressed so much that we can just start to lose range everywhere else. So if you're not doing a lot of overhead pressing, articulating the shoulders in such a way where they get some work in different different angles, ranges, planes of motion, that sort of thing, then it's safe to say that they could be a little rusty, or so to say. So that's sort of the idea. I'm going to show you a little bit to kind of help lubricate that joint up and kind of move it through different ranges with a band, hopefully to help alleviate some shoulder tension and pain like that. So for my chronic bench pressers out there, just going to attach a band to a sturdy surface. Alright, so we can start by, again, band to a sturdy surface. Got my delt all through here. I'm just going to be doing some punches. All I'm really doing here is working on letting the band retract me all the way back as far as it can go, and I'm pushing and protracting all the way forward. Right when we're benching, we don't really get the action of protraction and maybe a little bit of passive stretching back, right? We're always pulling back, but let it take you further back than you would probably go if you were rowing. So we're just exploring that joint range, coming all the way back, up and across. We can come nice and high, down through the middle, almost like a diagonal kind of line here, letting it really pull me, opening up that chest, really closing it, squeezing across the body. And we can get some rotation in, right? Just sort of letting that ball and socket just come all the way back in that range and then come all the way over. We can take it the opposite way, so we're changing it up. Nothing crazy. Do that on both sides. I'll just show you my left side. Alright. Now here's the interesting one here. Facing the anchor point. Coming through to the back of the shoulder. We come back. As you can see here, it's kind of taking over my shoulder blade, kind of have it high, almost up in my trap and a lot of my Latin here. Right, we're benching, we're back here. We're gonna let this bad boy pull us forward. But even more, if we can take this hand, come around our low back, or just to the side. I like the low back though. Call these chicken wings. Letting it pull you very far forward into that internal rotation. And then we're resisting it, coming back into that external rotation. Just flossing that joint out, right? And the angles that we won't really find ourselves in. Just nice and slow, nothing crazy, letting it pull me, stretch me even far forward to that internal rotation, and resisting it back and moving. Pretty simple. So it kind of goes back to the old adage, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. If you spend 9, 10, 12 weeks just constantly here all the time, super tight, never really exhibiting or displaying strength, any kind of volume in other ranges, you might tend to lose it. So this is something just to help you get primed up, ready to move, to work in those ranges that you don't typically get work in. So if this first time you're doing overhead press in a while, maybe you got some Arnold presses, maybe you have some things that feel a little funky on the shoulder, even before the bench, after a nice heavy day, that could be something you can utilize to loosen things up, fill it out, and have a good session.